If we're ready to go, we'll call the meeting to order. So we rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we start, I need to announce that we did have a brief executive session regarding a matter of litigation. Our first item this evening, is to consider a proclamation recognizing National Library Week, April 6th through the 12th, 2025, in Horsham, Pennsylvania. Bill?
Everyone knows, I hope everyone knows of our township library. I think it's the best in the county and the Commonwealth. They do amazing work down at the library, and it really is the hub of our township. That a number of years ago, we added on to their title, Recreational Services. And so they are the Department of Library and Recreation Services. And so not only do they run the library, but a slew of programs for 6-week-old to 100 years old or older. So and every age in between, they're constantly going. Regina, our director's here this evening. Her and her staff just do an amazing job. They never stop. They never lose their energy and enthusiasm, and they just want to try new ideas. Their creativity is just outstanding and amazing. We have the best. We have the best public library staff. And that goes to their part-time staff too. Long-time staff that we have at the library, and it doesn't take long for Regina when she posts a position that someone wants to fill it, because there's so many people that love the library. They also want to help. We have a very strong Friends of the Library organization that also supports the library. Just in the last couple of years, they've added new members to replace older members that retired out. So it is a strong asset of the township, but it can only be that way with our staff. Our staff does, as I said, amazing work there, and they make it attractive to the residents and citizens. And we have a whole lot more than just Horsham residents come to the library. As you know, it's a county library. It's on the state library system. So basically anyone in the Commonwealth with a Commonwealth library card can come to our library and use our resources there. So every year, right before Library Week, we like to take the time to thank our library staff, our library volunteers, the Friends of the Horsham Library, for making it what it is and what it has become. And we thank you, Regina, for being our director and leader of the library and making it all happen. Thank you.
Remember when we first built the library, everybody was worried about what it was going to cost, how it was going to work out, and it just continues to get better and better. So thank you for that. I have a proclamation to read. Whereas today's libraries are more about what they can do with and for the communities, and not just about what they have on the shelves. They have long served as trusted institutions, often the heart of their cities and towns and schools and academic campuses. And whereas libraries serve people of all ages, interests, and backgrounds, providing resources and space to encourage lifelong learning, as well as equipment and professional staff support to utilize technology programs and services, often free, with normal charges for users. And whereas we recognize librarians as information professionals who provide enterprise services and guidance for patrons to access credible sources and material, making their own informed decisions about the world today. And whereas librarians provide access to and display a wide range of information, not just a majority of opinion or a single perspective, and hold the professional values of diversity, equity, and inclusion to meet the needs of all users. And whereas America is celebrating National Library Week, April 6th through the 12th, National Library Workers' Day, April 12th, April 9 as National Outreach Day, and showing library services are not limited to their physical location. And April 10th as Take Action for Libraries Day, encouraging community support for libraries. So congratulations and thank you. Are we going to do pictures now?
Regina, you can, I don't know if you want to say anything first, but then after that, you have to come up to the mic to talk. I think you know the routine, but, and then we're going to get you a picture with council.
On behalf of all the library team that Bill mentioned, the staff, part-time, full-time, volunteers, our friends group, our board, thank you all for recognizing us on National Library Week.
All right. One, two,
Next item is opportunity for questions or comments from the public. Any questions or comments? There being none, do we have a motion to approve the list of checks?
I move to ratify the ACH electronic payments in the Streetlight Fund and General Fund in the amount of $4,485.71, and further move to authorize payment of same. I move to approve the list of checks in all funds in the amount of $302,251.25, and further move to authorize payment of same.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. So next we need to review a request for waiver of land development for J.R. Quigley. That's 701 Horsham Road, to place an accessory structure, a shed, on an existing parking lot. Bill?
And Mr. Quigley is here this evening, and you can come up to one of the tables. We got a request that's in your package this evening for a waiver of land development for Mr. Quigley. His business is at 701 Horsham Road. This is just a picture of the main building and out front along Horsham Road, just to so you know where we're talking about. He would like to, let me pull the plan up. Currently, I'll show you what is there, and is right there is what's there now in their rear parking lot, and he would like a larger one. Let me pull it up. Here we go. So, my pointer, if it's working, here we go. So this is Horsham Road, this is Hollowell, this is the existing building that you just saw, this is their rear parking lot. Over here in the corner is the shed that I just showed you, the existing shed, and they would like to put a larger accessory, we call them accessory buildings, they can be sheds, storage buildings, in the corner of the parking lot. It meets all of our zoning requirements, it doesn't need any variances. Since it's going on blacktop, it doesn't affect impervious coverage. It meets side yard and rear yard setbacks. So again, it meets all of our zoning codes and ordinances. The MPC, the Municipal Planning Code, if you do any improvements to a non-residential property or building in the state of Pennsylvania, it triggers land development. And then you have waiver of land development, minor land development, full land development. This is just, there's not going to be anyone in it. It's a storage shed. We have pictures of that too to show you and share with you. I'm probably taking all of Steve's
Keep going. You're going great.
presentation, but this is what we received in the Township building. So that's why it's in front of you tonight. The staff is recommending you to look at this as a waiver of land development. Again, there's no employees, there's no one back in this building. It'll sit in the parking lot as a storage unit or shed. So we didn't think it was necessary to go through minor or full land development. Let me pull it down. So he is, I'll turn this around. Computers do that nowadays. So he's matching what the building looks like out front. It's hard to tell on the screen, but you can see in your meeting packets. The siding's blue, the roof's black, so it matches the aesthetics and facade of the building out front along Horsham Road. And with that, I will be quiet now and turn it over to Mr. Quigley.
I don't really have too much to add, except my name's Steve Quigley, live in Horsham, raising my kids and family here in Horsham, my business is here in Horsham, and we just need some storage space. It's that simple, so.
I just have a quick question. On
Yeah.
the parking spaces, are we losing and
We're
does it
taking-
still have enough parking spaces to meet whatever
Taking away 5, and yes, we still have enough to meet the parking
requirements?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, yep.
Anybody else?
The only, as Mary and Dave will create a resolution for your consideration at your next meeting, the only condition that I would recommend is that it's per the exhibits and renderings shown
Yeah.
to council this evening and in your packets.
Yep, I think that's good.
Agreed. Yep.
All right, well, good luck with it.
Thank you, guys.
I'll send my bill.
The next one is Stephen Misko, 1053 West County Line Road.
This is an application, and Mr. Misko is here this evening, and you can come up to the table. This is an application that you first saw, let me get to the right thing here, that you first saw in March 5th, so that's the new one. So you first saw this at your February meeting. The size of the garage, you had concerns about the size of the garage out on County Line Road. Originally, the garage was, in their first application, or in their application, was 2,016 square feet. You had concerns about that. After you, and he filed his application under your old ordinance. So then you passed a new ordinance. He found out about your opposition and concerns, so he amended his plan. He reduced the amount he reduced the size of the garage to 1,728, which now, under our new ordinance, is 403 square feet larger than what would be allowed by our new zoning ordinance. So he is here this evening to answer any questions you may have and present anything else that I didn't.
Hey, my name is Steve Misko. I was looking to put a garage on my property. When I originally placed an offer on this house back in June of 2024, I had spoken to someone in the zoning department. Just wanted to make it clear, hey, I wanted to put a garage up on this property. There's no other sheds or garages on this property at all. So, I do have a couple vehicles that I would like to be stored in a safe and secure location. So, this basically was advised that I should not have any issues. I should just be, going through some type of process. And here I am. It took a while to move into the house, I guess, because I don't know if you guys were part of the variance or that was going on with the subdivision of this property before we actually purchased it, but that was back in November where we finally purchased the property. And now I am here to hopefully put a garage up.
How many cars does this garage hold?
6?
So there'll be 6 bays, 6
No.
doors?
No, there'll only be 2 garage doors. 2 10-foot garage doors.
Do you have any plans in terms of renderings of what it will look like, or?
I did include them. I don't know if you have.
I do not have them.
Okay.
No.
See if I have anything with me. So this is from the old one that was 2,016 square feet. If you could just imagine it 8 feet shorter. I don't know if I could give this. Sure.
And this will just be for personal storage
Yes,
and
zero
cars and
commercial,
no work
anything
out of the
like that.
garage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you agree to a declaration of covenant deed restriction on the property that it can only be used for residential use of the property owner, meaning no businesses, no commercial use, no in-law suites, no apartment,
Yeah, absolutely.
your use for 6 cars or something
Yeah,
else?
yeah, it would always be personal, so.
So I'm looking at the map here. It's a little bit fuzzy on my screen.
Okay.
Is this saying 2-story dwelling closer to?
So, yeah, that
Right
it
here?
would be, yeah,
Like that?
my house. yes.
Okay, got it.
And then it would be going over a section of asphalt as well.
Sorry, the garage would be over a section of asphalt?
Yes, I don't know if you could make out directly in the middle of that is asphalt.
That the dotted line that's there?
It's,
There in the middle?
yeah, inside the square, you could see another like rectangle going across the middle.
Got it, thank you.
Yes, that is a driveway extension that used to go back all the way. If you look on the left, it says 2-car garage. They actually used to go all the way back onto the other property.
Staff, have any comments on this, Bill?
No, just the questions I had asked earlier, and then also, I forget if I added this one, Mr. Musco, that you wouldn't rent it for someone that doesn't live on the property.
No, absolutely.
So you wouldn't rent it for people's cars or boats
No.
to be stored in the garage?
No,
It would just
absolutely not.
all strictly be your personal
Just-
use?
Yes, correct.
Now, as the staff's feeling is that it's been reduced, it's a property of 4 acres?
Yeah, it was a little over 3.
A little over 3 acres, and he's willing to those conditions that'd be on a deed restriction, that we feel comfortable to recommend to council to be neutral with those conditions.
Well, for me personally, the fact that you're aware of the things that have happened with our ordinances regarding the size of accessory buildings and things, that you came back and were willing to modify your plans to get closer to what we require, and you're willing to go with the conditions that Mr. Walker's mentioned, I, for one, am okay with it. So,
I concur.
all right, well, do we need to do anything else other than instruct
Dave, did you
Dave
get
to
those
do
conditions?
the conditions?
Deed restrictions, don't rent it to others, don't convert it to a different use, like no.
B and B conversion, things like that, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well then, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Just so you know, your hearing is in April,
Yes, and that
Okay.
is April. I saw this.
April
It's-
8th.
Okay, it's not Wednesday.
It's not
Correct,
council
correct.
meetings.
Okay.
So it's a Tuesday, it's the second Tuesday?
Yes.
In April. So usually sometimes people can get confused because they just don't know the process. So council just recommends to the zoning hearing board.
Correct.
So you didn't get approval tonight.
Yeah, so I still have to wait, yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
And if you do have a rendering, I would just submit that to the township and have it ready for the zoning hearing board as
okay.
well.
Yeah, I will get the new one.
Perfect.
With the correct sizing.
Thank you.
All right, next is Kevin and Alyssa Focht on 424 Cloverly Lane.
This is a impervious coverage, a swimming pool. Whoops, wrong one. Bear with me. Has been a good week with computers, but okay. So it's an impervious coverage. They're allowed 20% in this zoning district. They are at 19.7% currently. They too spent a lot of time with township staff. This was their, what you see in your packet, this was their first rendering of what they wanted. It was well over the percentage. You can see the patio and how large it is. They met with staff, and they came back with a second plan. That was the original design, as you see they wrote there, and they shrunk it to, I think, just to have a walkway around the pool and to have some chairs, lounge chairs out on a more open area. So they shrunk it. Even by doing that, they ended up at 25%. They have a landscape plan, as you can see, that's included here, which doesn't exist today. A lot of those trees and shrubbery don't exist today. And they have verbally agreed to a stormwater control feature or features if they get their variance as a condition of a variance. So, and we did look to, the staff looked to see, and staff actually visited the property, to see if they could remove something existing, and there just wasn't really anything existing that could be taken out either. So, we're recommending that, as long as there's a stormwater control feature or features that to the satisfaction of the township engineer, the landscaping plan gets put in as shown on the plan, that staff recommendation to council would be neutral with those conditions.
Has there been any discussion on what that stormwater management should be?
Not yet.
Eric, are you going to be involved with that?
I would assume once it got approved that the next step would be them getting an engineer involved to submit something for us to review. You're likely talking either a rain garden or an infiltration trench or something along those lines around the perimeter of the pool.
I'm okay with what's being proposed, but if we wait till after they get approval to say what the stormwater management feature should be, that's kind of putting the cart before the horse.
That's usually, in the past, that's what we've usually done. They need a grading permit too. You might have seen that. It kind of got a little, in the very beginning, they just submitted for the pool with no walkway around it, like the pool and coping, and that was it. And off their grading permit went. Their grading permit was approved just for that, and then they came back with the walkway around it and the patio for the chairs and stuff. So Gilmore has to do now an amended or new grading permit because it includes that area. But usually we don't, until they get approval, for the people to spend the money, because they pay for Gilmore's reviews and approvals. They don't usually want to do that until they have approval to build what they would like to build. And then all of that permit applications and building and grading permit applications and all that kick in.
In their application, they do say, I will be installing a seepage pit to accommodate overage to satisfy township engineer, but they haven't been in touch with the township engineer. Is that accurate?
Not based on this latest and greatest one.
Okay, thank you.
Like I said, I'm okay with what's proposed here. I just want to make sure that after it gets all done and approved, they can't magically forget about the stormwater.
So I don't believe the township would issue the building permit until they got our approval. That's the trigger that it,
In place.
yeah.
We, especially these, I would say, older neighborhoods that don't have a lot of stormwater control that were built back in the 60s and 70s, we pretty much watch them like hawks, not to have flooding issues in the future. So, yes,
How's everybody else with this? Okay. All right, so we'll move on to the next one. Is RVOPLP 110 Gibraltar Road.
This is, you probably have seen it for many, I think it's been going on for over a year. But the Victory Bank at Gibraltar and it's been a bank for many years, different names, different companies. At Gibraltar and Blair Mill Road, it's now Victory Bank. I hope with the amount of money and renovation that they've put into the building, and they hope to be open in June, they will be here for a long time. But as council knows, many of corporate sign packages do not meet our sign ordinance. There's nothing wrong. It's just that corporate has a sign package that they require, and it shall be put on the building. I'll just scroll through this, but nothing here is out of the normal. Nothing of it is not aesthetically pleasing. It looks very good on the property, but it's just their name, facade names, directional signs, exit, drive-through, their name out front along Gibraltar Road, which is actually on a workspace sign, but they're just replacing the old bank sign. But you get bank entrance, drive-through banking, customer banking, all normal stuff, exit that you would normally see. So nothing that is too much, nothing that doesn't look nice. It's just, again, clearance, because they have at the drive-through, they have a roof over the drive-through. So again, all common stuff that you would normally see. It's just that our sign ordinance does not meet their corporate sign package.
Everybody all right with that?
I just have a question as a potential consumer. Are they Victory Bank or the Victory Bank? It's like Ohio State. Like there's a little mismatch.
Yeah, I've never heard of them officially called the Victory Bank. I've always called.
That's two of the signs say that, right? Am I misunderstanding it?
Yeah, I
All right, thank you.
don't know why. Better not be Ohio State. All right.
Okay.
Next, we need to consider a resolution authorizing to submit a local share assessment Commonwealth Financial Authority grant application for the Ukrainian American Sports Center turf field project.
We've done these before. Mainly, the most two recent ones are the Horsham Soccer Association for their turf field, and also the Miracle Field for the Miracle Field being constructed across the street. And so the local share assessment, it is open to nonprofit organizations in the state of Pennsylvania, but wherever their project is, the municipality has to be the sponsor, if you want to say it, the grantee of their grant application to the state. And then after that, as you know, we also we enter into an agreement, as we did with Horsham Soccer Association, as we did with the Miracle Field, that the 501c3 organization becomes the project manager, project administrator, and they oversee the grant with the state rather than the township. So we're the grantee, we're the sponsor. As you're familiar with the Ukrainian Sports Center, they have a large soccer program, and they have a couple artificial turf fields out there now. They're looking to convert some of their remaining grass fields to turf fields. I think the project is $4 to $5 million total. They're putting in a LSA grant application for $1 million to the state. As long as you pass the resolution this evening. Their board has agreed, if they are successful at getting the grant, that they will then be back for that agreement that I mentioned earlier that turns over the administration and the project to them.
Any questions, comments? Then do we have a motion?
I move to adopt the resolution as proposed, authorizing application to the Commonwealth Financing Authority Local Share Assessment Grant Program for the purpose of the Ukrainian American Sports Center turf field project.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Walker, this is a roll call vote.
Mr. Clemster, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Laff, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Wade, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Chunky, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Mr. Whiteside, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, then I'll announce that our next Horsham Township Council meeting will be Wednesday, April the 9th at 8 PM in this auditorium.
Do we have a motion to adjourn?